My dad has not stayed with us and he's not been a part of the family for the last 27 years that he has himself claimed in the videos. My mom has fought hard and she has fought to no end to make sure that we get very, very good schooling, very, very good education. If my dad would have recommended me to so many people, I think one of them would have given me a chance if I'm not wrong.
Hello and welcome to Bollywood Life. I am Sanskriti Salunke, your host for today. We have with us Jaan Kumar Sanu, who was recently evicted from Bigg Boss 14. Welcome, Jaan.
Thank you for having me.
So, now that you're out of the house, did you watch the previous episodes or the new episodes?
I've not been able to watch any of the episodes actually. I've been busy with a lot of calls and interviews and stuff like that. I'm planning to go. I'm planning to vanish after a week and sit somewhere and watch the entire season and gain some perspective on a few things.
Yeah. And while you were inside the house, many called you fake and that you made fake connections, be it with Nikki or Eijaz. How true is that?
I think I successfully managed to change the people's perception once I was out because I have been called the most real contestant that's been a part of the show because everybody saw what my intentions were and I played from here, not from here. I think that was a big mistake on my part, but I played from here throughout and जो भी मेरे connections बने वो काफी अच्छे बने and I think घर के बाहर भी वो connections मैं जारी रखूंगा with एजाज भाई and Pavitra.
And another friendship of yours that we were confused about was with Rahul Vaidya. You guys
Yeah.
had a good bond earlier, then then you became a group, then again you had that nepotism comment, then again you were friends, then the contract he signed. So how would you define your relationship with him?
I had a very I would say roller coaster of a relation with Rahul because, as you said, we were very, very in the beginning. We didn't like each other that much. It was mutual from both our sides. But then we got to talking, and we started connecting over music. And उसके बाद अच्छे दोस्त बन गए हम. We became a group. Me, Rahul, Nishant, and Nikki.
Yeah.
And post that entire captaincy task, I sort of fell off with Rahul,
Yeah.
and then he pulled up that entire controversial topic of nepotism and tagging me as a nepo kid and he sort of fell from my eyes but after he apologized and everything happened uh, I don't keep stuff inside me. I don't like to hold on to grudges and petty thoughts and negative thoughts because it brings me down.
Yeah.
And I'm generally a very forgiving person. I don't take things too seriously because गुस्से में इंसान बहुत कुछ कर जाता है. मैंने भी बहुत कुछ गुस्से में किया है इस शो में. सो आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट मे बी उनके पास कुछ रीजन नहीं था मुझे नॉमिनेट करने का तो उन्होंने नेपोटिज्म वाला कार्ड चूज किया व्हाटएवर इट वाज. बाद में जाके हमारी दोस्ती जब मैं निकल रहा था घर से तब तक वी हैड बिकम good friends. We had become sort of real buddies and maybe it wasn't meant to last because मैं घर से बाहर आ गया but while I was in the house it was one of the most roller coaster relations that I had in the house was with Rahul.
And captaincy has been the most important part of Bigg Boss. So who do you think was the best captain until now?
I think the best captain until now I would have to say was, and I hate myself for saying this, I think it was Eijaz Bhai. Even though he was over stressed out and like he was very, very, he was in a different world when he was captain. But I think he was a good captain. हाँ उन्होंने बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस ले लिया 5-5 बजे सुबह उठ के कौन चेक करता है लोगों की belongings and stuff. But I think as a captain he was good.
Okay, so recently, I mean, just before you, we had an interview with Kumar sir. So he questioned us and he asked us that if he had no role to play in your life, then how did you get your good schooling? How did you get those comfortable comfort, those luxuries? So he also said that he had recommended you to Ramesh Torani and others, you know. So, and how did you say that he did not have any role to play in your life?
My good schooling, my good education, my entire upbringing, my singing tutelage, everything, I want to make this very clear. Everything has been done by my mom. My dad has not stayed with us, and he's not been a part of the family for the last 27 years that he has himself claimed in the videos. Um, the funny bit here is that I am 26 and he has claimed to not be a part of the family since 27. So that should give you a very clear idea about how involved he was in our upbringing. My mom has fought hard and she has fought to no end to make sure that we get very, very good schooling, very, very good education. And talking about luxuries, I think y'all must have noticed this inside the Bigg Boss house as well. I'm not a traditional star kid. I don't have tantrums. I am very, very adjusting in nature and I know how to live within my means. All of these qualities have been brought into me and have been imbibed into me by my mother because whatever fights, we've seen a lot of celebrities having, some kind of uh, arguments and, we've seen them living separate from their first wife, but the kids have never had to suffer because of that. Um, Unfortunate for us that that was not the case in our story, because my dad had whatever arguments that he had with my mom, we've had to bear as children, we've had to bear the brunt, and we've had to suffer um, the the consequences, I would say. Everybody tells me that you're so and so's son, you're Mr. Kumar Sanu's son, but once they meet me, they get very confused and they ask me ki, how are you Kumar Sanu's son? So I don't know what to answer to them, because they're like, how are you so normal? How are you so adjusting? How are you such a good and sweet child? I think all of those qualities have been imbibed into me by my mother. As for the recommendations and everything that he's claimed, um, I don't know how much of it is true, honestly, because I have gone to every producer, every music composer's office for the last, I would say, 8 to 10 years. They can, you can, you can, it's out there for everybody to see. You can ask them, and I think they would agree with me that I have sat below offices, I have sat below garages, I have sat for hours and hours, I've spent nights sitting on the staircases of famous music composers के जो studios है. And if my dad would have recommended me to so many people, I think one of them would have given me a chance, if I'm not wrong. And that has not been the case. So I don't know how much there is, like how much truth there is in this. But now that the stories come out in front of everyone, I have a humble request to the entire music fraternity of Bollywood. Uh, if you think that I'm talented enough to sing for you, please support me and please support my work, because I'm trying to make it on my own. You all have seen me, you all have been there when I have been below your offices. If you can give me one chance to prove my talent, I'm sure I won't disappoint any one of you all. And I would love to work and gain some good, you know, good blessings, love from the Indian audiences that my father has gained over so many years. Because I think if I get a chance, I will not disappoint, purely based on my talent.
And now that you mentioned about your mother, she had been she had been cheering you throughout your journey. So, what would you want to say about it? She was your constant support from outside.
My mom has been my constant support, not just for Bigg Boss. She's been a constant in my life. Um, she's been a parent. I think when I say parents, I mean parents. मतलब जो शब्द होता है parents, it means mom and dad. So for me, my parents is my mom. She's played the role of a mother and a father for me, and I have never felt the absence of a father in my life, thanks to my mom. She's provided us, like we are three brothers. I'm the youngest. She's provided all of us with the best of education, the best of schooling, the best of whatever we have wanted. And I think my mom has been a rock in my life throughout. I couldn't have asked for a better mother, I think, even if I wanted to, because my mom has been super supportive. She's been strict wherever she's had to, because if she wouldn't have been strict, I would have gone out of line and maybe, done something very wrong. So as a parent, I think I would give my mom 1000 out of 100. if it comes to that, because she single-handedly has played the role of a mother and a father, and I'm very proud uh, to be called the son of Rita Bhattacharya.
Now, going back to Big Boss, if you get a chance to get into the house again, what would you change in you?
I would majorly change one ability that I've actually carried through the game, and that is to trust everybody, because that has cost me a lot. And I would definitely change that approach, because I have seen the real side of people now. I know who thinks what and how, who stands where in perspective, just with relations to me. And now that I've gained some outsider perspective, I think I would know exactly what to do, because I know what anyone thinks about the other person as well. So it would be a very, very good and fun and interesting thing to see me expose the game of all of the people who are claiming to be real and original.
Yeah.
So I would love to go back into the house if given a chance, because I would love to expose these people and then, watch them quarrel and fight over the claims that they've made. And, they've accused me of a lot of things which they themselves are. So I would love to do that. I would love to go into the house and start exposing a few of these guys.
Yeah. And who do you see as the winner of this season and the top five?
See, I wouldn't be able to give you five names, because from what I've seen outside, I don't have five names that I trust also. So I'm just going to stick to the two. Uh, and the top two, I would say, would be Eijaz Bhai and Pavitra. I would want them to be there, because Eijaz Bhai's game is very strong. He's playing the right cards. And somewhere down the line, he's also had a few, wake up calls with regarding, with respect to Pavitra. But overall, I think he's handling himself very well, and he's playing the game in the right way. He's got the right passion for the game, actually. And the second name I took is Pavitra's, because Pavitra is a very, very calculative player. She knows not just to make relations, but she knows when to discard them, which is a very essential part of the game. So I think one of them, I would want, one of them to win the game.
Okay, so lastly, can we end this conversation on a musical note?
Absolutely, yes. There is a song that I've recently released. It's called Be Intahasa. It's by Agaz Entertainment, and it's really gained a lot of love already. But I'll hum a few lines for you guys to hear. Hmm, 100 दफा देख लो फिर भी एक पल कम लगे पास जो तू आए तो हर लम्हा सजने लगे तू खुदा का नूर है तू ही तो मेरा वजूद बेइंतहा सा तू मुझ में बसा बेइंतहा सा है इश्क तू ओ हो ओ हो ए हे हा ओ हो
That was lovely, amazing.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so much.
so much, and I hope you enjoyed this conversation. And
It
thank you,
was a
thank you.
lot of.
All the best.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.